What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is BC. Welcome back to another video. I wanted to go over I'll probably narrow it down to 5, right? But 5 things that clients want. This is what your clients are looking for. This is what they're seeking. Ultimately, this is what they want. And here's the key. It's not going to be what you think it is. Most people are going to think the person that's the biggest expert or the most experienced or this or that. And in fact, many of you couldn't be more wrong. And I've learned this from experience. So before we even start, I want you to comment below. What do you think people are looking for? And then compare it to what I tell you in this video, okay? Number 1 is this. They're looking for ease. Ease. They don't want it to feel difficult. They want you to make it easy, right? They don't want to feel like they have to go out of their way too much, right? And it's not to say that they don't want to do anything, but they don't want to feel like they're giving extra effort, having to chase you down, having to take 1, 2, 3, 4 extra steps to do something, right? So when I talk to people all the time as an example, one of the points that I make is you as a salesperson, you as somebody selling a product or service, you need to first with your communication make things easy. Is it easy to set an appointment with you? Do you leave no stone unturned with your dialogues, right? Are you navigating the conversation smoothly and eloquently to lead people to where the only obvious conclusion is to meet with you? Are you handling their little surface level grievances and objections? Because that has all to do with it being easy. Would it be better to have one call with somebody? And would it be easier to have one call with somebody and set up the meeting and navigate the conversation, or play phone tag and chase each other 20 times to finally ask them, right? And the reality is it would be one call, smooth it out, ask the questions, and be done. Now, if you don't have full experience and skill yet, that might take some time. But ultimately, again, that feeds into this category of ease. Same thing with what they do. I look at me being in real estate, in a real estate transaction, I want to make it easy, right? As soon as we open escrow, right, we send them the breakdown and the timeline of everything so they know exactly what's going to happen on exactly what day and when we're going to talk. I mean, again, we leave no stone unturned. That makes it easy for them. If I have to handle an issue, I'll handle it, then I'll call them. I won't call them, give them bad news, freak them out, and then fix it and then come back, right? That's unnecessary, right? So think, how can I give them more ease and make it easier for them, okay? Number 2, convenience. People want stuff to be convenient. Whenever possible, right? If I go to a presentation, even if I have regular paper that I ink and I sign, I send them a copy via email on the spot because I can bring my iPad or something that they click, 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 boom, right? And they already have an executed signed copy of the contract in their email inbox before I leave the property, right? Doing stuff online, e-signature, right? Only going to the escrow office once. Sometimes having my mobile notary go to their house instead of them meeting them out somewhere or having to go to the escrow office every time to sign papers, right? Think of all the pieces in the puzzle. Making sure you have fantastic vendors during the course of a transaction to handle things for them so they don't have to be there or worry about it or occupy a lot of thought space and mind space about these things because you take care of it. Right? So when it comes to the convenience aspect of it, right? We can wire now, it's electronic, a lot of the signatures, so that has helped us from a technology standpoint. But what else can you do to make it easier for them, right? Think about that. Think about how you qualify them. Think about how you structure your presentations. Think about how you structure your transactions, everything in your business. Make it more convenient for them. The more they feel like it's convenient, the easier it's going to be for them to use you and then recommend you to other people, okay? Number 3, hassle-free. You might think that these tie in with the other ones, but not necessarily. Is it a hassle to work with you? Is it a hassle to work with your team? Right? Is there roadblocks and all these things that they have to do? Because when I look at even me in real estate, right? Like when I prepared somebody, let's say I got a listing signed tonight, boom. Already my first conversations and recommendations are for specifically this, meaning I want to do as much as possible in the least amount of time as possible. So as an example, right, if somebody sells their house and I can create this frenzy where 1 or 2 days, there's a ton of buyers and activity, and then we get offers and then we sell it when we get it under contract, that's less hassle because now they don't have to keep their home clean and on the market for weeks and weeks and months and months and months. It was 1 or 2 days of concentrated chaos and then boom, we're done, right? So when you think of this hassle-free, think about it from their perspective. How can I, if something is going to hurt or cause hassle for them, how can I minimize that? And just overall, how can I make it easier for them buying my product or service or whatever it is? Because as I started to really look into my customer experience and customer service aspect of my business, my real estate business and my online businesses, but specifically for this point, my real estate business, it became easier for me to create that type of experience where I remove the hassle, right? Something that used to take 3 steps now takes 1. Something that will require 2 or 3 or 4 days now takes an hour, so on and so forth, right? It's no different than me making sure that I have a title rep that if possible, we can fund and record on the same day because he's awesome, right? And shout out to all the title reps that do that, right? But I know my guy can do that to get them their money 1 day earlier if they need it, because it's going to be less hassle for them. That wouldn't be a big ask. We can handle it for them, right? So when we think of this hassle-free, think about all these tangles that happen when you sell a product or service and remove them. And that will effectively remove all the hassle in the transaction, okay? Number 4, frequency in communication. Ooh, this is a big one. Frequency of communication, right? Is your customer, especially if you're in a transactional thing like real estate where you work with people for, 15, 30, 45, 60 days, sometimes months, are they regularly hearing from you and your team? Are they getting emails and text messages and maybe a video follow-up and a phone call from time to time? Are they getting updates, or do they have to chase you down? A big part of my business when I was still a solo agent in real estate was expired listings and people basically who didn't have a good experience previously and were unsuccessful selling. Now, I've worked with a ton of people, but specifically that lead source and some others that I worked would always tell me one of the biggest issues they had with agents at this last attempt or in the past was specifically that they didn't communicate with them enough or they just flat out disappeared. And that is unacceptable. Right? That is unacceptable. Now, they may not consciously think, oh, I'm looking for somebody who communicates frequently with me. But this is one of those things that when you give it to them, they feel good, right? A lot of these things aren't a conscious search. I figured this out. This is what they're subconsciously seeking. Why? Because when I gave them these things, I noticed they started acting accordingly, being happy, being satisfied, and sending me other people, which is the goal of doing business. Return business is cheaper and better and faster and easier than having to hunt for new business. Same thing with referral, right? If it's referral or it's return business, it's a lot easier. And building a business that way is better. And I noticed that these things work. So think about the frequency of communication. Are they hearing from you, your team? Are they getting the emails, right? Are you touching people from time to time? It could be a voice note. Hey, Jim, I just want to let you know it's Bryan. Look, it's Wednesday. Everything is going well. I'll have an update for you here soon on some other specifics, but I just wanted to let you know we're taking care of everything and everything is on time and running perfect. Okay? Have a good day. What did it take me to shoot that? 10 seconds, 15 seconds? But it makes a world of difference because when they feel like they need to reach out to you or they're hungry for that communication, you've already lost. When you're sprinkling them like this and they don't even think about it and you send the message and they're like, oh, that was nice. There we go. That's what you want to do. Okay? And here's the last one. Speed. People may not admit it and people will always say, I'm not in a rush, I'm not in a rush, but they want it faster most of the time. They want more money and they want it faster. They want it done quickly. If you need to fix something, they want it fixed ASAP, right? If they're going to sell their home, they want it sold ASAP so it's less hassle for them and it takes up less time, but they want it on their timeline. They never want to feel rushed, but they want it fast, right? So we're kind of balancing this symphony right here of not rushing, but being speedy and being quick, right? And that's really what you need to do and focus on. We're not rushing anything, but I'm making sure that things are done efficiently. If I can get something done in 24 hours, I don't want it to take 72 hours. I don't want it to take, 96 hours, 4 or 5, 6 days. That doesn't make any sense. And they're going to be frustrated. And for everybody, that needle of frustration for the client is different. Some people are eternally patient. Some people's patience is this thin, like mine used to be 10 years ago, right? But you never know until you cross that bridge. So when we're speedy, when we're quick, when we get things done efficiently, because that's really what speed is. It's maximizing efficiency. That means you're not rushing. When you do that, oh man, then your results are going to be fantastic. And that's really what you want. Okay, so take a look at your business and say, hey, where are there bottlenecks or choking points in my business? And what can I do to effectively make it a little bit better and speed things up so the customer experience and flow is a little bit better. Okay? So appreciate you guys tuning in. If there's anything else you want to add, go ahead and leave it below. Those of you looking for more support, coaching, courses, I have all that stuff on my website. Go ahead and check it out below. I have over 150 people now at my network at Real Brokerage, and we're growing very rapidly. If you're a realtor and you're thinking about making a change, hit me up and schedule a call and we can chat. Other than that, leave me a comment, hit me up. I'll do what I can to help you. Okay? That's it for this one, guys. Peace out. We'll see you on the next one.